Crypto regulation in the U.S. is at a critical juncture. It's been a year since the spectacular collapse of FTX, whose disgraced leader, Sam Bankman-Fried, had just become one of the biggest political donors. In the wake of that scandal, hopes were high that the industry would finally get the legal clarity it had been asking for.
You would think that an FTX happens, that's a huge wake-up call for regulators and policymakers, that we need clarity on regulation.
Instead, 2023 is marked by a regulatory crackdown on crypto companies that's been a dark cloud over the industry, a piecemeal collection of individual enforcement actions, civil lawsuits, and criminal cases. Crypto investors and businesses insist that to truly move forward, they need the regulatory clarity from Washington.
Congress has become very busy with a lot that's going on in the geopolitical world. There's a lot going on. We had the debt issues, we had the Speaker of the House issues, and the FTX and Binance probably made some people even more cautious about the crypto markets, and maybe they don't want to give it the legitimacy that it might get because of regulation.
That clarity didn't happen in 2023, but as we enter the new year, and with Bitcoin soaring back above 40K as investors pour into the market again, what does the industry think should be a priority for lawmakers in 2024, especially as regions around the world lay out clear crypto guidelines?
Chairman McHenry in the House Financial Services Committee has legislation that creates a path for crypto market structure and clearly delineates the jurisdiction between the CFTC and the SEC, what constitutes a digital commodity versus a digital security.
Congressman McHenry also put forth stablecoin legislation that has gained traction in the House. 2024 is an especially critical year for these bills. If they don't pass by year-end, they'll have to be reintroduced when Congress opens in 2025. But McHenry, a powerful ally for crypto, won't be there. He's retiring at the end of his current term. Now, there's also movement in the Senate, where Senator Elizabeth Warren is pushing forward with a bill meant to crack down on crypto crime. That bill has gotten pushback from the industry, but is also gaining co-sponsors. The industry does believe that there should be more ways to fend off bad actors, though.
We need clear rules of the road here so that bad actors can't access the space, so that it's easier to prevent some of these things from happening in advance rather than just coming, after the fact to bring in enforcement actions.
And the crypto lobbying machine is still pushing to make the U.S. a crypto hub.
I think we do have some work to do, but I think the good news is we have so many people within the crypto industry that want to constructively engage with government, and they're working together with the Blockchain Association and with other organizations in Washington working on crypto policy. And so I'm really optimistic as we head into 2024 that we're going to have some of the most constructive dialogue we've had with government yet.
What we've been saying for so long now that regulation in the United States is critical to keep companies here. We hear from companies with some regularity that it doesn't make sense for them to serve U.S. customers or to operate here in the United States. Chairman Gensler himself has acknowledged that it's much harder to bring enforcement actions and to have oversight over exchanges and companies that are operating outside of the United States.
In 2023, big brands like Coinbase and Ripple threatened to leave the U.S. if legislators and regulators failed to bring clarity. So far, that hasn't happened, but more companies could shift priorities to expand overseas. There is one area where the U.S. is poised to expand crypto investment with the help of the SEC: spot Bitcoin ETFs.
My sense is that we'll see in the next couple months an approval from the SEC. Let's say, for the sake of argument, they reject the spot ETF application and it goes back to the federal courts and they're struck down again. It's a pretty significant black mark on the agency to lose on kind of the same issue twice. It calls into question the judgment of the agency at that point.
Even if the SEC cedes ground on the ETF fight, the agency seems largely undeterred from other crypto legal battles, even after courts ruled against them in cases involving Grayscale and Ripple. In 2024, the regulator plans to move ahead with enforcement actions against Kraken, Coinbase, and Binance. That last one is, of course, separate from the multi-billion-dollar settlement the world's largest crypto exchange faced in November. Many people view Binance's historic settlement from just a couple weeks ago as an opportunity to finally close a painful chapter of crypto history as it opens a new one. If the SEC approves a Bitcoin ETF, as many expect will happen soon, it'll allow a new wave of institutional money that's been sitting on the sidelines to enter the market, and it'll be imperative to have market structure and investor protections in place. But while lawmakers remain more engaged than ever, clarity around crypto regulation may not come in 2024.
We're going to see a significant amount of litigation where ultimately we're going to continue to have some of the rules of the road being set by federal judges. Unfortunately for the SEC, they have been on the losing side of a number of those decisions recently. I would expect that trend to continue, but if it doesn't, we're going to have substantial uncertainty in what crypto market structure looks like in 2024.